Jason the Ray Show. It's Jason the Ray Show. Jason the Ray Show.
Sure.
All right. Welcome to the Justin and Wade Show. This is Justin. That's Wade. And we're going to talk about comics today.
Oh, comics.
Yeah.
Comets? Like in space?
You know what I said.
I do know what you said. All right, comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you want to talk about? I love
comics. I know you love comics. So let's start with the simple question. How did you get into comics?
My cousin Matt, actually.
Oh yeah.
I would say my mom always got us comics. Though, like Archie and Donald Duck comics, stuff like that. And me and my cousin Michelle and Kim would sit around and like read comics because my mom was the opinion it didn't matter what I was reading as long as I was reading. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So in comics, so we would sit around and like act out the voices. You know what I'm saying? Read them as kids. Like,
nice. Yeah.
act them out. But my cousin Matt had it still does, a huge comic book collection and was just obsessed with them. And that's really who got me into everything I like, pretty much Star Wars comic books.
So wait, did you say Donald Duck was a comic? I know it was a cartoon, but
they had like Disney had like they'd be 3 or 4 short stories in them.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Huey,
cool.
Dewey, and Louie, all kinds of things. Pre DuckTales, they had their own little.
Is comics. That right? Okay. I never knew they had comics like that. I didn't get into comics. I still don't. I'm not really into comics. Comics never got it for me. I do like the art in it, and I was trying to. There was a point in time when I lived in Hawaii when I was trying to figure out how do I get into comics? Like how do I find them and enjoy them? And I have a few, but nothing really kept me going. I got to go buy a new one. I got to wait for this one to come out. But it's like the artwork's pretty amazing. Like there's a lot of talented people out there. So what makes, like, how can you tell the difference between, this is like a serious show. Let's make it not too serious, but like
our serious show about comics.
Yeah. Like, so like I've looked at some and like this comic has an amazing artwork and everything like that. But like this one gets more acclaimed and it looks like less detailed artwork, you know, like
I don't know. I mean, it's like any art. It's subjective.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
There's artists that are critically acclaimed that not everybody's gonna like, but you know what I mean? Just like any medium. But that is the biggest. I mean, it's the whole thing. Because I mean, to make it, I've made some comic books. To make comics is so much involved in it, especially the way they do it at the big companies, because somebody's drawing it, somebody's inking it, somebody else is coloring it, somebody else is lettering it, somebody else wrote it, and somebody else is going over and editing it and telling them what they need to take out, what they need to add, and all that stuff. So it's so much involved in it. Like, I mean, and then getting all those parts together to work.
Yeah. Seems pretty easy. They've already got it done. Like they've got the whole process. So
they got a system. I will say in comic books in general, like the people so do you watch any of the do you watch the Marvel movies or any of that stuff now?
I do, only because they're popular. Once again, it's not something I'm like, I have to watch, but I do watch them. Yes.
What's really cool to me is because most of them are like actual storylines from comic books, but they mix them up and put them together. So new people can enjoy it, but old school comic book fans don't always see what's coming. You know what I mean? And,
gotcha.
And they do a good job of doing stuff like that, twisting it up and changing it up.
I think that's when Marvel first started doing their things, that was the one complaint from like true comic book fans. I would always hear, this doesn't go along with the comics, blah, blah, blah. That's not what this person can do. And I'm like, I've never seen it before, so he can do it in the movies. That's all I know.
It's a different universe. And that's what I love about it is that like my wife has tried to read some comics, but she just don't really, it's not something she reads, but she just can't get into a comic book like you're saying.
Gotcha.
But she loves the shows and movies.
Yep.
So it's awesome to be able to enjoy these stories I've known again with her You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
In a different way.
In a different, yeah,
So
you got
it's-
a new style of the same. Yeah, I got you. All right, well, that was actually a good
Yeah,
show.
because they do.
Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Have a good one.